All right. So we're here for lesson 182. I will be still an instant and go home. It's definitely a good, quiet, peaceful day around me to practice this lesson now. What needs to line up with that is what is within me, right? So be still an instant and go home. This can definitely be like literally like we're just all too busy to chill out and meditate and connect with Christ consciousness and go within and feel peace, like busy, 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 where there's always something to do. But this can also be your mind being so preoccupied in the ego's thought system that it never gives itself a chance to be still an instant and go home. So this lesson is really long and wordy, like a lot of them. And it talks about this inner child within you that needs your protection and wants to go home. And today is definitely a day to lay aside your shield, which profits nothing, and lay down the spear and sword you raised against an enemy without existence. So Christ is calling you, wants to connect with you, and all you need to do is stop warring, put down your weapons, and go within and be at peace a little while today, here and there, right? Rest with him frequently today, for he was willing to become a little child that you might learn of him how strong is he who comes without defenses, offering only love's messages to those who think he is their enemy. So it's kind of like one of those lessons, like I would like to hear what other people think, like, you know, with this analogy of the child. It is this child in you your father knows as his only son. It is this child who knows his father. He desires to go home so deeply, so unceasingly. His voice cries unto you to let him rest a while. So going home to the Father, going home from the illusion, going home from the dream, taking a rest from the ego's endless wanting of all things, to do all things, to acquire all things, to do anything but connect with the peace of God, to keep this dream world very much alive instead of connecting with your source. Oh no, it's a doozy. Let's see what Jesus had to say. Tina Jesus for lesson 182, Be Still and Go Home, said this is an invitation to peace. In the quiet of your heart, that's where you will discover who you truly are. That's where you will discover the inner guidance that awaits for you. So it's an opportunity, an invitation to peace and listening to the small voice within. The ego keeps you fearful. The ego keeps you lonely and sad and miserable. The ego wants to keep you busy chasing idols and fearing fear, suffering, staying asleep, never stopping to be quiet. It's never ending. And Jesus talked about how you are tired constantly. You are just getting zapped of getting up every day, doing this again and again and again. Take time to go within. Take time for prayerful contemplation. That's what's going to bring peace into your mind. That's what's going to open you to love, sitting quietly with Christ consciousness. Invite it in sincerely with every fiber of your being. Invite in Christ consciousness and bring peace into your mind. So this feeling of wanting to go home, of reconnecting, of having your heart's desires satisfied, of having fulfillment, of peace, of just stillness, of quiet. No one but knows whereof we speak, yet some try to put by their suffering in games they play to occupy their time and keep their sadness from them. Others will deny that they are sad and do not recognize their tears at all. Still others will remain that what we speak of is illusion, not to be considered more than but a dream. Yet who, in simple honesty, without defensiveness and self-deception, would deny he understands the words we speak? As I kick the camera. We speak today for everyone who walks this world, for he is not at home. So I see in the New Age community, like a lot of people projecting this feeling of wanting to go home, like as like, I'm not from this world. I'm a starseed from another planet. Like I've even done it myself, you know, like you're headed in the right direction, but that's still part of the illusion. You know, your true home is your source, is God. So it's not like you just want to kick it back to the Pleiades or whatever. But like what you really want is to go home and connect with your Father, your source, your God. So it's quite an interesting lesson. I don't feel like I understand it enough to like, you know, preach it and teach it, but just be still an instant and go home. It's beyond our understanding. It really is. It's beyond our understanding. But if you feel the thirst, you feel the desire to go home, then this is what you're speaking to. Like this world is nonsense. Well, we on this rat race, this hamster wheel, it's give me a freaking break, right? So this is what this lesson is saying. It's saying take time today to go within. Take time today to lay your shield down. Become defenseless. Don't even fear anything in this world. Don't even attack anything in this world. You're attacking illusions. Nothing is real. When you are still an instant, when the world recedes from you, when valueless ideas cease to have value in your restless mind, then you will hear his voice. So poignantly, he calls to you that you will not resist him longer. In that instant, he will take you to his home, and you will stay with him in perfect stillness, silent and at peace, beyond all words, untouched by fear and doubt, sublimely certain that you are at home. Rest with him frequently today. So instead of trying to understand this lesson logically, just understand the need to rest and go home. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 182, Insights. I will be still an instant and go home. As I began to work with this lesson, I was amazed at my resistance manifested as mind chatter that captured my attention. In the moment, I gave more value to a passing thought about a project to do today, about something somebody said yesterday, about something I read, and on and on. Paying attention to these things is clearly valuing the valueless. I have the opportunity right now to return home to the peace and love of God. There is nothing to keep me from it except my own decision to value something else more. All my life, I have been searching for this peace. I have had glimpses of it, fleeting moments of joyous, all-encompassing love. Yet things of the world soon capture my attention again, and the feeling fades. In this lesson, the Course is not asking us to be able to maintain a state of full awareness of heaven yet. It is simply giving us the means to experience it for an instant and bring back the experience so we may look upon the world differently. Value its images a little less. As we give ourselves the experience of home more and more, the world will be less and less attractive. The love we experience at home in heaven, we bring back with us and share with our brothers. Each experience strengthens our willingness to keep on practicing, to keep on opening our minds to that innocent child within. As I let go and let myself sink into deep peace, the mind chatter fades. As the love in my heart swells, the love brings with it the desire to share it. I look upon the world with kind benevolence. The habit of judging fades, and I see loving friends everywhere. There is no sense of urgency, no impatience, for there are no exceptions. My brother is perfect love in truth. There is no need to change him. I do not need to make him conform to an image I have made for him to be. I know he is perfectly safe along with me. In that safety, I trust and wait in the certainty of changeless love, knowing we go home together, for there is no such thing as apart. In this feeling, I recognize I have gone home for an instant. I carry the memory in my heart. In every moment, it reminds me of the truth. It all comes with allowing myself to be still an instant. The world is alien to our true nature. It is not our home. It is the effect of the desire for separation from the oneness of God. Our true Father is not our earthly Father. Our true Father is the love that abides within us still. We are invited here today to return to our true home, to return to love, which is our natural state. We are invited to let love be our highest priority. We are invited to let love, which is our natural state, be given the opportunity to breathe the fresh air found in its natural home. We are invited to give love a chance. We are reminded the love we are is there right now in our minds, to be found and experienced if we so choose. We are invited to rest in the love we are a while. We are invited to let the love we are be recognized as our true home, as everyone's true home. We are aliens in this world of separation. This is an alien world. It does not belong to us. It is not true to our true nature. It is not our birthplace, and it is not our death place. This alien world was spawned from the desire to be as we could never really be in truth. This alien world can be let go of just as easily as it was desired. It is not what we truly want in our heart of hearts. In our heart of hearts, we want to return home. We want to return to love our Father. We want to return to the only reality we have in truth. Letting go of limitation and death takes a willingness to let it go. This is my practice today. I will be still an instant and go home and rest a while in the rich of environment of oneness, of peace, of joy. For me, this is the most beautiful lesson in the course. For so long, I craved to find serenity in my homes, in my relationships, in my jobs, but somehow I always felt I was missing something. These things would eventually tire me, and I'd find myself being restless again and would begin that fruitless search. I began to think something was wrong with me. When I read this lesson the first time, it brought tears to my eyes, tears of relief, because I knew this was my answer. This was what I had been searching for all along. The lesson says that the child in me needs my protection because he is far from home. The lesson also says that I will fail him not. And these are the words I need to know, that I will fail him not. I will succeed. Yes, go home, child. Go home for a little while and bring back with you the air that you breathe with my Father, the silence and the peace and the love you find there. Bring these back with you so that the memory of these things can strengthen my journey. And while you're there, tell my Father that I'm on my way home. Having no awareness of searching, I never felt the restlessness. However, the feeling of discomfort in my own skin or on the outside looking in has plagued me for as long as I can remember. I never connected these feelings to the voice in my head that would cry and shout and whisper, I just want to go home. That voice has been with me always. The first time I read it, I cried too. To know I was not alone in hearing that voice was an enormous relief. This year's insights have given meditation to me. Meditation has given me the place within to go home to when the voice says I need replenishing. And today I get the connection of thoughts. This is great stuff. pathwaysoflight.org. Well, that'll do it. I mean, I asked for some insights, and like always, the Pathways of Light definitely delivered. So it's a great lesson. It almost makes me want to just sit here with you and be quiet and be still and go within, you know. But of course we don't do that. But of course we don't do that. But that is what we're going to do today. We're going to finish this. We're going to sit quietly. I'm actually contemplating, it's, you know, a Sunday, and I know Pathways of Light has a call-in in 10 minutes. So it's kind of fun to talk with people about these lessons, and it's kind of fun to think about them and see what other people are thinking. So visit their website if that's ever something that you want to do. I mean, I just want to linger in the background, but it, you know, it takes nerve to like call into a call. Like you actually call in and put in a code that like you don't normally do, and maybe like, you know, you're a newbie to it, but you know, it's there for you. So however you want to do your studies, you know, it's certainly all available. And the other thing that's available all the time is peace within. You just have to go in. You just have to go there. If we're always looking and being restless, we're not always going to have it. So even just in your doings today, if it's a doing type of day for you, just stop for an instant, you know, and see if you can access that place within you that feels like home, even if it's just for one instant.